Sergio Vega, 149-pounder, Casey Swiderski. Questions?
Some short period takedowns, David, ended up being a big part of this duel. Talk about what you saw in the character of your team.
Yeah, this is this is probably our toughest challenge that we've had this year. We kind of got on these guys on Friday. Just felt like that we just had a little more to give and a little more effort, a little more energy, and I think they responded really well. They responded really well. I think our team kind of grew over the last couple of days together. I think tonight was very much team effort, and we came in and you guys wrestled well, and finished matches strong at the end, and proud of the guys.
Sergio, what'd you make of your match? It's obviously a big one for you.
Just getting tough. Feel like for the last couple months that I've been here, just practicing with Casey, Landon, all the bigger guys getting on me. Like, it's tough sometimes, get beat up sometimes, but I feel like that it was just in that third period when things got tough, I was ready for it.
You guys obviously went to the same high school together. You shared a little bit of a moment after that takedown got confirmed. Just what was that aspect of it like?
Yeah, I mean, he was like an older guy when I was in middle school and stuff, so it was cool. It's cool I got to wrestle him, but yeah, I'm just excited. It was a good match.
So do you not cross paths much with him competitively other than just being in the same town, same school?
No, when he was in high school, I was like 5'1", 130 pounds, real fat and chubby. But nah, I'd always see him around. He was all muscular and stuff. But yeah, complete opposite. It was funny though.
Had y'all been in any kind of contact? Like, how did y'all communicate ever, or was this kind of a rare thing for y'all to?
Not really. I saw him a couple times, but whenever we see each other, it's cool. Like the coach Nando too I'm cool with all of them. So yeah, it was just Sunnyside family.
Casey, what were the emotions of your match like?
They were high. It was just it was an opportunity for me to just stay present, like Coach tells me, and just wrestle and have clarity. And I couldn't hold back a little bit at the end, but it was a big moment for me a little bit. Went through a lot, had a lot of people say things about me, and it was fun. It was really fun. So, yeah.
David, talk about what you saw from Casey's match and kind of how it unfolded there at the end.
I think Casey just think about the season. He started and goes to the All-Star match and wrestles well, and then kind of hits a little bit of a rough stretch. Looking at the time, a little bit tough, but look now, those guys are all having really good seasons. And Casey's done a good job of just kind of getting his mind back on track and coming off a year where he was injured and getting reps and just sticking with it. And I think tonight was kind of like a culmination of a lot of those feelings. And it's an emotional sport. Wrestling's hard. Like, you can be really good and be a little bit short, and you can be, just sometimes things don't go your way. And kind of the way his season started, and he's done a good job getting refocused and present. And tonight was a lot of emotion for him. And he did a good job, staying composed. That last takedown, that was a good match. Like, they both fought off a couple takedowns, and that last takedown, it's a hard finish. Those are like the finishes that you kind of like picture your mind and dream in, like in you're in an environment in front of 10,000 people, and this is the chance to win this match, and he did it. He got the takedown and it puts him down, and when the energy started coming out, I was trying to get his attention. I was like, hey, ding dong, look over here. We got 50 seconds left. We gotta stay, focused, and he did a good job of that. So, I'm happy for him. And this is just a part in the season, but man, we need little victories along the way. It's not always easy. Maybe we have a really good team and it looks easy sometimes, but it's not. We train really hard. Guys have bad days and bad weeks and bad matches, and it's good. It's good for him. It's good for our team tonight, in a lot of ways. So I was proud of him.
A duel like this provides opportunities to beat somebody that might have a better number than you do. You were the one guy that kind of broke through with that tonight. Do you look at the number? How do you treat that emotionally when you went into it?
The numbers on the scoreboard is 0-0 when the match starts. So that's what I look at. If I looked at all those things and listened to everybody, I'd be in a rough spot. So it was just an opportunity for me to, sink to the level of my training, get my hands inside, and finish a hard-fought takedown. Like, that's a takedown that you're going to want to get in a big match at March. So that's what I think.
Coach, did you see a different D lock it out there from Friday to today?
Yeah, he scored some points. That was good. No, I think D's, you know, he's just, you know, he's a Stillwater kid, and you know, he's had some tough matches, you know, his couple home matches against, you know, the Garvin kid, and then against Ryder, the Downey kid, on the other day, and he just hasn't had a match where he's really opened up yet. You know, he obviously can do it, and tonight was one where he did it, and you could see it. Like, he got that takedown, and then he got the turn, and then he had a big smile on his face. You know, and I think it's just reminding him, hey man, this is still super fun. You know, you're a young kid, you're a freshman. I know what your aspirations are, but you're still enjoying this process and still making mistakes and getting better. And tonight was a big, you know, it was kind of like a match that he opened up, and I think it's going to be a growing experience for him. But he's got a lot of skills, and he can score a lot of ways. So, and I think looking back to Friday, you know, that was a tough match for him. He had you know, tough match. He got taken down, he got ridden, and then got that takedown at the end. You know, those are momentum come with those like little wins and victories that you get, whether it's on the scoreboard or not. But yeah, it was a good weekend for D.
David, 197 was a really, you know, crazy match. Some close calls in that one. How'd you feel about the way that match was called, but also the performance that Cody had?
Just a tough match. You know, I haven't been a part. I don't know if I've ever been a part of a match, like a mid-match, that got the energy of that match. I mean, it was crazy. Like, it was the energy of, like, you get a big pin in a dual meet or like a victory. But for a mid-match thing, I mean, that was cool. I mean, what an experience for Cody. That's a learning lesson. You know, you're a freshman. That guy's a senior. He's ranked number 2 in the country. And not that you're thinking about that, but kid's been good. Like, he's, I don't know, he's a 4-time All-American or something. Been in a lot of those experiences. And Cody really hasn't. And Cody's continued to make adjustments, and you know, he'll learn from those things. And he had a couple opportunities to really capitalize and score, and you got to capitalize on those ones. You can't really replicate that kind of match in practice. You know, you can't, that energy and that emotion and that intensity level and everything that was going on. So what a learning experience for him. He'll be better from it. But now you know, okay, this is where I stand against the best guys in the country. You know, maybe alleviate some of that stuff, and he's got some good matches coming up. He's going to get some good guys coming up, and keep having some opportunities to make some adjustments and make improvements. And our team will continue to get better week to week. You know, this is just a good benchmark.
David, do you want him to look back at this and gain confidence from how he performed today, especially considering, like you said, who he was going against?
I don't know. I mean, I think we just got to have the expectation that we're going to go take those guys out. You know, I don't think you need to be in a close match that you don't win to have that. I mean, we tell guys that you learn from your wins. You know, you learn from your losses. So, but yeah, I mean, if you can take a lot out of that for him, you can take a lot out of that for him. You know, just that was an emotional match. There was a lot of stuff going on there. So yeah, you can't practice that. He got great practice tonight, and he'll be better the next time he's in that situation.
You talked about this sport being hard. Finishing is the hardest thing. You had some takedowns tonight that, well, they weren't takedowns, but they were really close. You got to finish. Maybe a second earlier, maybe a couple of feet before you get off the mat. It was that close. Can you talk about finishing?
You got to finish those takedowns. Makes your life a lot easier when you get the takedowns. But you know,
can you coach off what you saw tonight to make some guys better?
I hope so. I think that's why Chad hired me. You know, so I'm going to keep trying to make those adjustments. But yeah, we'll work on it. We'll keep working on it. But giving the guys having opportunities to get takedowns, you know, that's the first part of it. And they're doing that. That's the hardest part. Now you just got to keep capitalizing and keep finishing. That's the name of the game.
You talked about how much the team came together over the last couple days and the improvements you saw this afternoon. How much of a difference will that make with the postseason now? Just around the corner, really tough Big 12 tournament, NCAA tournament. They're going to have lots of really, really tough matches back to back to back. Can you talk about how this sets these guys up?
Yeah, I mean, it's wrestling. You know, like you want to be a national champ, like you're going to wrestle some good guys. It's just not an easy path. It's not an easy sport that we choose to do. And coming to Oklahoma State's not the easy answer. You know, you're coming here to pursue being the best. So, you know, and as a team, we're believing in that more and more and more. You know, we do have a young team. But we have really good leadership on our team, and this weekend was a lot of growth, and we're going to keep making growth, and let's keep better. If you look, you know, I think where this team was in the beginning of the year and where it is now, we're significantly better, and we're going to keep getting better, and that's just what we're focused on doing.
Did you come up with the idea to have Messmaker walk the team out?
Yeah. You know, we're just trying to focus on, you know, just he's making this a really cool event for people to come to and be a part of, and I think people are going to look forward to wanting to walk our team out, you know, and, you know, obviously Drew's going to be a big part of our university, and can't wait to watch him go out and play. A lot of excitement around him, and what better way to introduce him to, you know, to people Stillwater than in front of 10,000 people in an awesome wrestling match, which we kicked butt tonight. You know, I think guys told me that was his first match that he came to, and I think he was a little nervous actually, you know, walking the team out and stuff. You know, that's his first time being here. He's just a kid, you know, but you know, looking forward to that. And, yeah, I thought it was really cool that we were able to kind of do that.
For the guys, I don't know if y'all got to spend any time with Drew or get to know him, but just if you did, what did you think of him? If not, just, you know, how cool is it that y'all can kind of, you know, you have guys on other teams supporting y'all. I'm sure y'all want to support them. Just what's that like?
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to him, but I mean, it's cool. It's fun when you get to go to events and your teams are doing good. So yeah, I'm excited.
I just think it's cool for Oklahoma State. Growing up, I was told to like surround yourself with like-minded people that want to chase goals, and you bring these high-level athletes and you get them together. It's cool. It's good for the university.
184. Can you give us an update on Ryder?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryder got a stinger on Friday, and sometimes those just things they linger a little bit. So just keep working with our medical staff and trainer, and keep getting better, and take it week by week.
Obviously, another pretty premier match for Alex Facundo. What have you thought about the way he's handled the schedule and just everything still lingering?
Yeah, he's had a fun season, and kind of like, Casey's kind of been in a similar situation where everyone you wrestle is pretty good. And Alex is just getting better. I told him, I said, hey man, it's just you're stacking good days and good weeks and good matches, and you're starting to expect the end result to be what you want. And I think that's what we've seen over the last couple of weeks. He's starting to expect, he knows, what's going to be, and he's got a lot of skills. He had so many opportunities to score tonight, and it's a really tough defensive wrestler. And, there was a moment where, he was a little unsure, and he just, earlier in the season, maybe that would have deterred him, and he just kept firing and getting that takedown and, finishing. So, yeah, he's getting better. He's getting better, and tonight was a good match for him. Just got to keep getting better.
And then you touched on it a little bit ago, but just how young you guys are to look back on where you guys were maybe in November of the National Invitation and see how far you guys have grown, especially the freshmen and first-year wrestlers. Can you touch on that and just talk about what you've seen from the younger guys this season?
Yeah, I think our whole team, you think our whole team, we have 6 freshmen wrestling right now, and then we have guys that, weren't wrestling last year, or they were hurt, or maybe they were behind somebody else. So it's very much like it's a lot of growing that the guys are doing. And we stepped in, we had a really tough schedule this year. There hasn't been many days where it's like, oh, this is an easy thing. This you got to cradle. That makes it easier on those days, but yeah, they're growing, they're getting better, and they are, and that's exciting. It's exciting, and we can keep getting better, and that's also really exciting.
I've lost count on jacks. How many of the 5 are left?
I don't know.
This was 4 today.
That's what I thought.
Oh, it's 4 today? Oh yeah.
I don't know. I just am betting he'll exceed 5, but we don't know.
You told me that we should redshirt him last time you talked to me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I remember.
It's hard to put Pandora back in a box.
We just gotta, just every week, keep getting better and keep taking it week by week, figuring out what's next. Anything else? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.